are no different than the biblical Lord. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. So let's break it down for these idiots in plain English so the blind stop leading the blind. Here is our blood, full of microzymas, proteids, spores, somatids, phages, bacteria, yeast, and fungus. Here is the blood in a healthy person with an alkaline blood pH, not experiencing COVID-19, shortness of breath, or coughing from acidosis, with no acidic buildup due to stress, fear, or worry, a poor acidic meat and overcooked food diet, vitamin and mineral deficiency, gas poisoning from not opening your windows for 20 minutes a day in the winter to let fresh air in and bad air out, environmental or food toxins and poisons, lack of oxygen from no exercise, wearing masks, smoking, heavy metals, electromagnetic radiation, or damaged tissue from physical injury. This blood has somatids, spores, and double spores, and maybe some bacterial forms, since nobody is a saint. Here is the bacteria-filled blood of someone who starts to become slightly acidic or poisoned from the aforementioned list, and these spores or phages, like the Lord can giveth, bringing the required nutrients to both cells for their regular living and to the janitorial bacteria to perform their cleaning functions. As Béchamp and Naissance discovered, somatid spores can both become bacteria and nourish those bacteria without, and bacteria can return back into somatid spores. We call both functions bacteriophages. The indoctrinated morons in the virology cult who still believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny call these contagious viruses. This is the last point the proverbial Lord still giveth. And here is the blood of a person so toxic, acidic, and oxygen-starved in their cells that the bacteria start breaking down themselves and bursting into yeast and fungal forms. Even those people claiming the theory that cell nucleuses create hundreds of thousands of soap-solvent viruses from the DNA to clean cells and the surrounding fluids of toxins need to understand that these conditions have only been observed in poison cell cultures in a lab, never in the natural live tissue of a sick individual. So that theory, too, may simply be a misunderstanding of the cell's natural enzyme production to eliminate poisons, just like the opossum's blood does for snake venom. And finally, we have the blood of a person who is so toxic, their terrain can no longer sustain life, even microbial. So the microzyma yeast somatids morph again into the final fungal stages to eat away the rotting, dying flesh, no different than a corpse in the grave or a bowl of dead strawberries on the kitchen counter, before returning to the eternal, indestructible somatids they started off as, once the dead flesh is completely eaten away.
And what motivated me was the discovery of an anthrax